I would like to, yeah, and I do think it's important, but I find that those clothes aren't as readily available as other clothes.
Of course, there's the price point, which is always the downside to those things.
It's kind of difficult to find that line of, you know, do I replace my whole wardrobe for the environment?
Sustainable fashion is quickly making its mark in the world of retail shopping. However, big brands are still competing using fast fashion to their advantage. We wanted to explore what obstacles lie in the way of these changes and what can be done to fix them. I met with Henrietta Adams, a fashion graduate and a brand owner. Her brand is centred around sustainable and eco-friendly fashion.
Hello, I'm Henrietta.
She showed me around her shop and gave an in-depth look into sustainable fashion.
Henry has been going for 2.5 years. We design sustainable women's clothing. So we started with just shirts. I wanted to create something very timeless, and to me that's sustainable because I feel like there's a lot of waste in the fashion industry. People have favourite items in their wardrobe. It's like an emotional experience wearing clothes every day. You build connection with your clothes, I think. You have lasting memories in them, and it's like, I just think they should come from sustainable sources.
I wanted to get her opinion on high street fashion.
I definitely think high street should stock eco-friendly. It's hard because that's going to push the price up. Instead of constantly trying to get their prices down with the factories, they should be paying a good rate for what they're getting. But I think clothing that's made very cheap, it's fashionable for a period of time and then it's out.
After learning about sustainable clothes, I went back to London and asked the public on their views on it.
I was in America for a while and everybody was wearing like Vans, and over here it started like maybe 10 years ago that Vans became popular. And then I bought the skate highs in black. I've bought maybe 6 or 7 pairs of those because I just keep shredding them and using them, but then they're just such a good staple to have that it's like, well, just order another one online.
I mean, not everything's changing enough to help the environment, so if I change one thing, will that really help, you know?
I guess that's the customer attitude to fashion that concerns me. I think people have the wrong idea about how much things are worth.
But of course it's a bit pricey.
Quite a bit more expensive.
Often more expensive.
And I think the supply chain is just reacting to that. There's businesses' demand for cheap clothing. Businesses are going to want to supply that and profit out of it. It's like an unethical kind of vicious circle, really.
Henrietta allowed me into her workshop and told me the effects of unethical harvesting.
When I visited India last year, I learned a lot about the negative effects of conventional cotton farming alongside the positives of organic farming. There's a huge amount of pollution from pesticides, which gets into water systems. Actually, the villages surrounded by conventional cotton fields have 9 times higher cancer rate, which is just absolutely crazy. The damage is catastrophic.
Upon hearing this, we asked Henrietta if she saw a new change in people's approach into sustainable fashion.
So I can see that it's getting more and more popular, especially since the Stacey Dooley documentary. There have been a lot more customers aware of how bad the high street sourcing is. And then I think also second-hand shopping is great. I mean, it's already made, it's already in existence, so I think that's a really nice way to shop. It's nice just to look at the garment labels, what the clothing is made from, where it comes from. Just valuing what you're buying is really important, and going for quality, something that you know you're going to love still in a few years' time. Other fibres are very sustainable as well. If you've got linens, hemps, and other textiles coming through like bamboo. There's even leathers made out of pineapple now. There's all sorts. So there's lots of innovations coming through that are really positive.
I then asked Henrietta if she saw sustainable fashion becoming more mainstream.
I think people are starting to buy less, starting to really treasure what they're buying. So yeah, I think it's getting there. It's becoming a bit more mainstream.
I have learnt that these issues are not so clear-cut. There is no one solution. And though it is still the responsibility of the retail companies to look for more sustainable means of providing their product, it is still our responsibility to pay the true worth of our clothes.